Welcome, everybody, to the Sylvania Rams summer football check-in. I got my hat. Took a year, Howie, but I finally got it bent like I like it. I couldn't get the flat bill to the curve. It was driving me crazy, but I found a hint on TikTok. Just let everybody know. My hat curved perfect now. New favorite hat. Coach Tyler Vann joined us. Howie Cheney joined us. Coach Vann, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going? Doing pretty good. Getting halfway through the summer pretty much, so getting closer and closer.
Hey, you're staring it down the face right now. It's not long, is it?
Right around the corner. So,
Coach, before we come on the air, I told you I had a heck of a question to ask you, and it's something that I was talking actually to the son of a former coach, and he was like, "You should ask Coach Vann this." Now, Coach, this coach coached 35 years. He's in the North Carolina Hall of Fame. He never made it past the third round. You've been to the semis in what, your fifth year as a head coach, fourth year as a head coach. Did you take a moment to enjoy that at some point?
Afterwards, I think, and I was told by a few guys along the way to enjoy it while you're there. But it was really hard too because there's just so much that goes into preparation and so much to trying to get your team ready, get your, as a coaching staff to be ready. There's so much that goes into it. It's hard to enjoy it while it's happening. I do think that the guys that gave me that advice, I was able to take a deep breath a couple of times and kind of relax and see that, enjoy where we're at. But it was like for a couple minutes, and it was right back to what we need to do to keep this thing rolling. So it was tough. It really was, because there's so much stress and pressure of trying to make sure that your guys is prepared for everything that they could see on a Friday night. So.
Coach Brooks, again, he's in the North Carolina Hall of Fame. He was like, Randall, ask your coach friend, Coach Vann, two questions. One, did he ever take time to enjoy going that far? And two, the follow-up to that, he wanted to know, do you feel more pressure having had this much success early in your career to reproduce it?
I would pressure. It's a tough question, really.
Expectations set for yourself is to reproduce it, I would assume.
Right. Yeah. It is. I think it's not pressure from outside. I don't really care about what people think about what we're trying to do. I think it's pressure I put on myself of the staff that we're building. I think it's a pressure we put on ourselves to try to get back to that spot. I think we have the kids to do it. They're working their tails off, and we're doing the exact same thing we did last year. We fixed some things that I felt like in the weight room, and how we run things. I've changed a little bit, trying to get better and tweaking things. You're always trying to change things in the program to try to get better year in, year out, no matter if you're successful or not. But, there is pressure there. And, really it's just more so pressure I put on myself more than paying attention to what anybody says. I get phone calls. I talk to coaches, and they talk all the time about you're the favorite, or you have a chance to be really good. And I don't look at it like that. I think, it's a new year. We got a bunch of the same faces, but it's still a new year, and they have to work their tails off this offseason. It doesn't matter what they did last year. Nobody cares if they made it to the semis. If anything, people care more, and they want to beat you, the opponent. They actually get up for you more. But as far as everybody in the community, other communities, they don't care that last year's team made the semis. We don't care. We're worried about this year's team and how we're going to get better. We're very happy and proud of what last year's team. Now, I'm not taking away from what they were able to accomplish. Some kids were able to accomplish a lot. We've moved forward, and we're worried about what we need to do to continue to be successful and try to find a way to make it one more game further.
Coach, while we haven't had the Sylvania Rams weekly football program, I did a series where I talked to coaches in the Tennessee area, the Alabama area, the Georgia area. I've kind of talked to coaches all around, and it has been a kind of the repeat of every coach says this year coming out into the summer that it's a different schedule or a different feel for them this summer. And have you been able to get into the weight room and get into your summer program and kind of been able to manage it like you did last year, or have you had to do, I guess, get the kids focused this year? Anything you had to do different?
No, I've been really proud of where our guys have shown up and been ready to go. Even when we're doing meetings and stuff, they're locked in. I bragged on the line this morning when we met. There's, normally Coach Lee's there to meet with them, but I met with them this morning. I was really pleased with how they were locked in, ready to go. I bragged on them afterwards to the coaches. Like, they were locked in, they were listening. They're locked in the weight room, they're locked in on the field. They're ready to go. They're excited about the year. They're you talking about pressure. I think they know the expectations that they have on themselves, but you go out there to practice. It's just about having fun, and that's what we want to do. We want to go out there and compete with each other right now, and have fun and compete in the weight room with each other. And when we're doing like our summer games against each other, where it be we go up there and shoot a basketball, or we're playing wiffle ball, or we're playing some other type games, we're competing with each other and having fun. So we got a competitive bunch of young men here. I'm very excited about them and been very pleased with their focus. We're meet, you can tell that it's year three in this program. They're up to date on the offense. They understand it. They know what we're trying to get accomplished. I'm proud of them. So we're not where we need to be. We're still got a long ways to go, especially before we play North Jackson, North Santa, and Jamboree. We have a long ways to go, but I'm very pleased with where we're at right now.
So that answered my question. This is year 4 as a head coach. I couldn't remember if it was 5 or 4. Coach, I had one coach in the Chattanooga area say it got too pretty in May before the school got out. His kids lost focus, so he's had a hard time reeling them in. And that says a lot to the kids that they've showed up ready to work.
Yeah, they have. They're excited. They've been talking about, they've been ready for what's to come for a while now. So we're excited, and we know we got to take it game by game, day by day right now, and get better. Get better at us. Summer's about getting better at your skill sets. Like I told them the other day, like, make yourself better with your skill development and what you need to do to be better to help the team later. Like, you need to focus on you. Where this is a team sport. When you're out there doing individual drills and you're out there working, like, focus on you. When you're out there by yourself, focus on you. Fine tune your skills so that you can help us in the fall. So.
Howie Cheney, I'll switch it over to you and let you take over for a few questions here, sir.
Coach, you're talking about making changes this summer of preparing your players and all that. Have you went to camps and learned new things, or is it just something that you kind of self-learned on your own?
It was like things I didn't like that we did. Whether it be we changed some everyday drills that we were doing. I know the DBs changed some stuff, and some coaches changed some everyday drills that we did last year to kind of work on things that we wasn't so good at, especially later in the year. It may be programming as far as weight room programming, and Coach Wilson does a good job with that, but just changing some things in the weight room where, it's actually Coach Wilson, Coach Paul sit down, and I was actually talked to later about it, and a lot what they talked about was, adding shoulders more on a bench day and changing some stuff up to help our bodies. We were overworking things on some days, and we changed that up, and it's been really good to us. So just things like that we feel like that we can get better at and change. So.
Do you go to camps and stuff and see different things and think, hey, let's try this for a while? Or is it just something you got your own routine and that's it?
I think we get some drills from some camps we go to. Like the other day, we went to Troy camp, and Ashton Cooley went down there and worked some D-line stuff, and I liked some of the D-line drills they were doing there, and we brought some back, work footwork and stuff like that. We do stuff like that. We steal from people because, it ain't nothing I do that's from me. I promise. It's been from someone else that I've learned from. And it'll be that way from now on. It's hard to come up with something brand new in 2023. So, but we do that. And I know our lineman went to UTC camp the other day. So our group, our young man's been to a few camps. We went to Troy. I think we had 3 guys that went. So and then there was like 4 or 5 that went to the O-line camp. We have more camps coming up that the kids want to go to. So they get a lot of attention there too as well.
You got some, your team is pretty much, I guess, full right now as far as who you're going to have. Did you have more players to come out after the summer started, or you still got the same amount of players?
Oh, we've lost some. We've had some quit. I think when I talked to you last, we was at 54. I think we're down to 49. Had 3 or 4 quit. Had 1 kid move to Fort Payne to play. So it's just not football, basketball, but it is what it is. We'll lose some, but we're gonna keep on trucking. I ain't gonna comment on any of that, and I ain't gonna comment on recruiting, how people feel about that, because I could sit here and tell you how I feel about recruiting in high school. I don't care if it happens in college. It don't need to be happening in high school. So it's not appreciated by me. I promise you, nobody on our staff appreciates it, and we really don't care who sees it or what they think about it. But I can assure you, for 100% certainty, I don't care anything for it. So.
Right. So I know it's summertime and y'all got a lot of stuff planned. Is there anything you can talk about as far as I know you usually get the whole team together and y'all go and do something. You want to talk about that, or is that last year's a surprise? You wouldn't say nothing about what's going on. Is it the same this year?
Yeah, we're doing a big team camp day. Essentially, move forward. We're going to do it on Thursday. After we're going to go to North Sun Mountain. We're going to do a little OTA or 7-on-7 with them and get better. And then we're going to come back here, do our team camp day, and we're going to wake up. We're going to go rafting on Friday. So I know the kids are excited about that. They didn't want to go back. Seniors didn't want to go back to Spring Valley. So I asked them if they want to go rafting, and they were all for it. So we got that ready to go, and that's what we're going to do. I think that's July 28th or something like that. So I know the kids are excited about that.
So I'll get one more question in, then turn it back over to Randy. But as far as the summertime and all that, has everybody been there like they should be, or kind of like going back to Randy's question, have you had any issues as far as anybody not being there?
No, attendance has been really good, actually. If they hadn't been on vacation, which I tell them they need to go on vacation, they get 4 vacation days where they don't have to make it up with me. I don't make them pay for it as long as you're out of town. I want them to go on vacation, so it's promoted. Like, be a kid. That's why we try to go early so you can get out and go be a kid, have fun, do things you enjoy to do, because you're only a high school kid once. I want you to go out and have fun or whatever. But when they're in town, they've been here, and I've been really happy. If they hadn't been going to a beta convention, if they hadn't been doing anything with another sport, which we do in June, they've been at football. And I've been really there's been, like, since I've been here, there's always somebody that when I walk in the doors, I worry about that I'm going to have to call and get up, or worried about them showing up. There's always been that one guy. This year I don't have that guy. There's nobody that I worry about not showing up. Like, they're all, when I walk in there, I know they're going to be there. Now, we've had a few show up 3 or 4 minutes late. They pay for it, but at least they're walking in the door. But they do a good job of getting there, and I'm really pleased. I can't tell you enough how happy I am about that. I bragged on them about it to them, and they deserve to be bragged on. But that's part of it. You're supposed to be here. They know that. They don't show up so Coach Vann can say, "Good job, glad you're here." They show up because they're going to work. I'm proud of the fact that everyone that's been there. It's not been a regular thing for someone to miss.
So what Coach Vann said is he don't have a Randall on his football team this year. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He named Dennis Thorell, the baseball coach at Ray County in 1984, and he'd say, "Well, you ain't got no Randall." Coach, I'm going to ask you about 7-on-7. I know some coaches love it. Some coaches kind of indifferent. What's your opinion of 7-on-7?
I love it. We're actually, it's very important for us this year. We've got 2 quarterbacks. That's going to have to get a lot of reps in. This summer, we have DBs that need a lot of work. We was behind in the secondary last year. So it's very important for us. I think we have 5, I forgot how many dates, 4 dates, 3 or 4 dates scheduled this year, which is important for us to go to work and get better. We're playing some good competition, so it makes us better. Now, you'll go out there and you'll play defenses. And we don't. It's bad in some sense now. You'll go out there and you'll play people that, and this may step on somebody's toes, but it is what it is. But you might go out there and you play people that just want to play 2-man. All right.
Yeah.
And you play 2-man against us, you don't give up 500 yards rushing like you're doing this. You're not going to play 2-man against us unless you have some dudes up front. There's nobody going to be able to do that against us, I don't think. Now, Benefield may be watching this and go, prove him wrong this year, and he may have the dudes to do that. No, but you won't see him at a 7-on-7. But we don't play that. We make sure your linebackers need to step forward and go. You don't need to. Linebackers read first step backwards that I've been around. And you'll get in there, and it's good for the quarterbacks because the holes are smaller. You have to get the ball out faster. You need the ball out, so have to be on time to hit a hole because all the windows are going to be smaller because everyone on the field knows it's a pass play. So it does. I like it for our quarterbacks because they have to make the read quicker. The ball has to come out quicker because ain't nobody on the field worried about getting a run read. And if you watch linebackers at 7-on-7s, 9 times out of 10, they're not getting a run. They're not stepping forward. They're just flying out. So them hook curls are getting there quicker. I do like it, though, for our quarterbacks, our receivers, and our DBs all to get work. It's good work. But I think the guys who want to go out there and play 2-man just to say they want a 7-on-7 games, we don't do it for that. We go out there and work what we're going to work on Friday nights and try to get better at us.
Yeah, you just repeated what I had several coaches say. And too, when your competition comes to compete, it helps your kids get better too.
No, it does. We don't compete against each other a lot. By the time we get ready to play a 7-on-7, our guys are ready to go against someone else and get better, push each other, and it's good competition.
Coach, now we talk constantly about your playbook. Over the summer, will you be remaking the playbook, or is it a thing you change some things, but it really still never revolves from what it is at nature? That what you did well in 22, there might be some other things you can do better in 23, and you might do some as good in 23 as you did 22. Is it just moving around in your head?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's our base is in. That's been in for a couple of years now. So we know the base. Our guys have done a really good job with formation and stuff, and get lined up. And especially when we're working board work, they know where they're supposed to be. They know where they're supposed to line up, and it's just a matter. I have a really good idea of what we have everybody back up front. So we run a lot of gap scheme last year. So it's a matter of figuring out. All right, we're going to be more zone oriented, or we want to be more gap scheme. I'm really wanting to incorporate zone more this year. So it's something we're going to work to get a bit over the summer and even in jamborees and stuff and try to get better and get on film. I don't care if people know, and then we're going to go down there in jamboree. We're going to line up, try to run inside zone. We're going to try to run stretch. We're going to try to get better at stuff we need to get better at. If you look at our jamboree or scores, they're not very impressive. When I tell you I don't care what the jamboree score is, I mean that. We go in there, we try to work on stuff that I feel like we need to get better at and get on film. Because that game don't count. Now, we want to go in there and win, don't get me wrong. We show up to win the game, and we show up to compete. But Coach Vann's not calling the game necessary in sense of we need to win by 40 or anything like that, or try to win. I mean, we're trying to win, but it's more of me trying to work on scenarios and things that I know that our team needs to get on film. So we're not just going to get up there and give away game plans. Like, we're going to be really good at something. Like, if we're going to be really good at buck, I may not run buck 14 times in jamboree. I may run it once or twice, and then I'm going to try to work on other stuff that we need to work on. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, that don't go on your record. We last 2 jamborees we played in, we didn't look very good. We actually looked pretty bad
last year. Just a minute.
We've actually looked really bad in the 2 jamborees I've been here, and that don't have anything to do with the kids. It has more to do with me and this coaching staff. We're trying to get stuff on film and work on stuff and see what we're going to be really good at and what we need to get better at.
Was a struggle last year, even as in the jamboree. Last question, I'll come to you, Howie. Coach, have you gave ownership, and they've got to be and a time in the program when your juniors become seniors. Is it now over the summer? When did your juniors become seniors as far as leading the program?
I call them seniors the day we come back from the break in December. Started working out in January, so they've been seniors to me since then. So they're the seniors of the program. They're the leaders right now, and they've done a really good job. I've had the luxury of having good seniors the last 2 years. This senior group's special to me because they've been here since I've been here, and there's a lot of them. And, by all, I'm not saying the other two wasn't. I'm just saying this group's been here for a minute. I've got good relationships with all of them, and I think the world of all of them. And this is going to be a really good year if we can do things the right way. And it won't be from a lack of leadership from them guys. If we don't do very good this year, it won't be their fault. I promise you, it'll be our coaches and me, because them guys come to work every day, and I'm really excited for them. And we just need to stay healthy and continue to do things and the little things the right way from here on out.
How many seniors we got this year, Coach?
We have 11.
11. Well, last year we took the 4 we had, and we had them on here about every other week. So maybe with 11, we can spread them out a little more this year. Howie Cheney, go ahead with it, buddy.
You got talking about those 11 seniors and all that. You had some players that midway through the season and at the end of the year last year that was injured. They're working their way back. How's that coming along?
Oh, everyone's back right now. Everyone's been cleared. So we're fully healthy. We have one. Our kickers got hurt doing soccer, so he broke his foot. He came back, and I think he re-injured. He re-injured the same foot towards the end of the soccer year. So he's been out. He's got a few more weeks left before he's gonna be cleared. So he's the only one.
Is Roman got his clearance too? That's the one we were questioning.
Yeah, Roman's been good to go. He's dealing with some other stuff now, another injury it's minor, but something that if he watched this, he'd laugh. It's something that we've been dealing with for a minute now. He actually tweaked it at the camp we went to, and we just ain't been able to get over it yet. So he's about to get a week off of any type of running or sprints, try to get back healthy. But his knee's been doing really good. Been really proud of him.
I know that here in a couple of weeks you're going to have dead week because of the All-Star week and all that stuff. Is there anything that you tell your players to go ahead and do on their own?
Yeah, so actually dead week we're able to work out. It's just you ain't gonna be able to get on the field or do any type of competitions or all that's dead. So we'll have like voluntary stuff, nothing mandatory. Just because I'm not gonna make them come in that week. They need a week off because it's about when that week gets here. That's their last week off because we're gonna go into that 4th week of July, and then we're gonna start our practice because we start a week earlier than everybody else because we didn't do a jamboree in the spring. So by the time we get there, it's really going to be time to roll. So they get that week off. We actually go to Sim on 7 where you're able to do competitions again on that Friday once all that All-Star weekends. So we're actually doing a competition on that Saturday. We're traveling to Westbrook. So they'll get that 5 days off, though, and then we're going to travel to Westbrook to do a little Sim on 7 tournament down there. We may play Westbrook. I don't think we're going to be on campus, so he can't stick us in the 150-degree wet locker room before we play 7 on 7. So.
Coach Smith watches us here, so don't give him.
He won't watch this one. He'll wait till it gets closer, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He'll wait to.
If he watches it, he'll text me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Smith will ask the weatherman to make it about 110 degrees out there for while y'all doing the 7 on 7s.
Oh, for sure. He won't have to ask him. Sure.
So we got some events coming up, or we had an event that was this past weekend, the bass tournament. How big of a success was that?
It was really good. We normally go out and try to get sponsors to help with the payout stuff, but we didn't do that this time. But we were still able to make enough that what we needed to make our goal. We made our goal. So it was good. We had 39 boats, and I know we'd had more, but there was different tournaments going on. There were some club tournaments happening elsewhere because I had a bunch of guys that I know texted me and said they'd be there, but they couldn't. So, but with 39 boats was really good. Our goal was 35 to 40. So we hit our goal number, and hopefully next year we make it a little bigger. and maybe go up on the prize money to get more boats in there a little bit, maybe go back to getting sponsors. But I really do appreciate every one of them that came out and fished, and especially the quarterback club and the parents who came out and helped there. I mean, it's big for us and these football players to try to give them everything we can give them. So it really is much appreciated. And I think our winners, I don't have their names. I didn't see their names on their post, but I know first place was 26 pounds, second was 25, and third was 20. So it was a good day for some people, not for me and Haney. Really wasn't a good day for Haney. But anyways, we had 17 pounds. It really wasn't a terrible day, but it wasn't great either. It was a struggle. It was hot. I know that.
Where was the actual tournament at?
Well, we put out at Goose Pond, so
okay.
Goose Pond.
And you got something else coming up on August the 5th. You want to discuss that?
Yeah, August 5th will be Wing Fest. So anybody interested in even cooking some wings or being a vendor at Wing Fest, you can reach us. You can reach me on Facebook. You can message our quarterback club and get in touch with us that way on Facebook as well. So looking forward to it and getting the community back out. We're going to have a new scoreboard up then, and everybody's going to be able to see that. See the ads that's going to be there and things like that. So we're really excited about it. We have a lot coming to Sylvania with scoreboard and some lights and things of that nature. So we're really excited about what's taking place in Sylvania, and Wing Fest helps with that. And all the fundraisers we do they have a lot to do with what we're able to get. So we're very thankful to everyone who gives money, who buys go-karts, who buys Wing Fest tickets. We got go-karts, discount cards going out right now. We actually had to make the card. I actually have a picture of a card right here. We actually had to make the card, take the schedule off of it. Let me turn it up. We actually had to take the schedule off of it because we had so many discounts on it. So they're $10. You can buy from any of our players. I mean, if you use it like I do, I go to Lamont's and eat a good bit. So I'll make my $10 back pretty quick on that 10% on Lamont's. But as you can see, man, big boy, I need. So, you definitely make your money back quick with $10 on that discount card and all those discounts. So that right there too, the go-karts, it's not extra money for our program. It's all for the kids to get their spirit pack. So their goal is to sell 23 cards. If they sell 23 cards, and then their whole spirit pack, varsity wise, is paid for. Do you know how to sell that many? Their spirit pack didn't cost as much, but if they're able to sell that many, their spirit pack's paid for. So it's an opportunity for those kids to go out and sell and not have to worry about coming out of pocket to buy cloth. And it helps me out a lot. I know money wise in the program, not having to. No, there's some kids we end up getting for, and that's fine. And it's not a problem. But I know these kids have an opportunity to sell to pay for the spirit pack. It's a big deal. And that's really where the go-karts go to, and Wing Fest, and it's coming up. So everyone who's involved and helps out, we're very appreciative and thankful. And I speak for our players and coaches for sure by telling you thank you.
Randy, what you got?
Hey, Coach, this is I know most programs buy uniforms every couple of years. Your uniforms last year were new, so this is not a uniform year, right?
No, sir. Well, let's spend some money last year. I was actually wanting to buy an alternate this year and changed my mind on it because none of them look good to me. That's a lot of money to spend for it not to look good. But no, we have the same ones, new whites and greens that we've had in there, and I don't plan on buying any more for a while. You know, we spend a lot of money on equipment, stuff like that. So
it looked good. It looks good, though. I mean, you don't want to change it. All right, Coach, one more. We'll let you out of here early because I know you got a lot going on, but I got a couple of questions about 24. One being, Coach, we know you go fast. Do you ever, when you're sitting down this summer or during the off season, think about how fast you want to go on offense? You've talked about being able to play a lot of kids one way. Will that allow you to go faster on offense, knowing that kids are not necessarily going both ways?
If we're able to play the way I think we do and the number of kids I think we can play right now in the summer. Now it's June 21st, right this second. So if it were today, and we went to practice and the kids I thought could play, it's going to pan out and be able to help us. And they're working really hard, and I hope that's how it works out. But the best 11 is going to play on both sides of the football, I promise. So we may rest a guy here or there, but if it happened today, it would be a faster offense than we've seen at Sylvania. So that don't mean it's going to be that way in August. I think we're going to be able to. I really do. I think we're going to be faster. I think we're going to be able to mix tempos more, and I think it's going to cause problems late in games with the pace we play with.
The average fan, when you talk tempo, we always talk about going fast. Is there ever a time that you as a defense or you as an offense want to go slow as a tempo change? Just, you've been going fast all night. You want to go, you want to make their defensive linemen stay in a 3-point stand for an extra 10 seconds or something. And I know a couple of schools done it to you last year, just really slowed it down and it almost dragging.
Yeah, a lot of times, biggest reason for slowing down is you can't stop the other team, in my opinion. You want to slow way down. It's normally because you don't trust your defense sometimes, maybe to get stops, or it may be just that's the tempo you play with. You don't be at that pace. For me though, when we slow it down, it may be because our defense is a little gassed. If we're going fast and we're scoring, maybe our defense just come off a 13-play drive and the other team ended up scoring. Well, them dudes are gassed. You go out there and you go 3 and out at a tempo like really quick. You're putting their offense back on the field and your D line and your defense right back out there. Now I understand a lot of times it may be this year it's not the case. Like we don't have a lot of guys just playing one way, especially in the box. So it does make a difference this year. When I say last year, to go slow on offense, slow it down, you may be able to give your guys a little breather in the huddle or the little mock huddle we do, So, but especially this year, being able to get guys a little break before they have to go right back out there is a big deal. That's a reason to slow it down. That's one of the reasons we slow it down. I think some teams really run it down on us sometimes because our offense is doing it. We have players on offense that can make you pay and they're very explosive. And the less time the other team has the ball, the less chance they have to score. So.
Coach, when do you have, and this is probably people that don't hear enough credit, do you have a certain group that takes care of the field and like this time of year is cycling it sort of peak out during football season, or how do you manage that?
Me and Josh Turner. So quarterback club president, we do the mowing. I do a lot of the mowing, but he does the aerating and helping out with the sand and stuff. Like we're about to sand here next week and do some top dressing and stuff like that to both fields and doing some side work. So he helps me out a lot with that. I wouldn't be able to do it without him. So very appreciative of him. It's tough, man. It's a full-time job in itself, keeping up with both fields, and I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. I definitely don't have the equipment to do it. He's a farmer. He has a lot of equipment that helps out. Having a guy like that helps is a big deal.
And not only are y'all maintaining the field, you have to prepare for the field that fall to be under conditions. Like you can't have your field not draining. There's a lot more that goes into this field prep than folks realize it sometimes.
No, it's a lot. You don't get bare spots like if you practice on it late in the year or even in the spring, and it's tough to maintain. It's a big deal, and I care a lot about what that field looks like, a lot, and Josh does too. He cares a lot, and even though he sprayed on an accident last year, we had bald spots on this sideline and the far sideline because he didn't clean out his sprayer good enough. Even though that happened, wasn't nobody more upset about it than I was. I mean, he was. I was probably a little bit more upset, but I wouldn't show it because he does so much. I ain't gonna get mad at somebody who does that much work to it. But it was funny. We both was pretty upset about it, but you can't change it. It was fine. We still laugh about it. We walked out there the other day. It was actually yesterday, and it was still the same spots. They ain't even tried spraying that grass out, and we don't have to put new topsoil down. We was talking about what we needed to do, but it was funny.
All right, Shane, you got anything else for Coach?
Coach, hopefully the next time we see you be next month, and we can maybe get Josh on here, being the president of the quarterback club, and we'll talk about the Wing Fest.
That'd be good. Got a lot going on, and there'll definitely be a lot going on next month around this time. We'll be getting ready for fall camp, team camp, and all kinds of stuff. So it's getting here. I know they got another week and a half of other sports, which is good. The other sports need the time with them. But when July 1 hits, they're all mine. So I'm excited and ready to roll.
Coach, I was about to ask you, is July the 1 is that the date in your head that it kicks on and it's football season for you?
It's kicked on now. It's been kicked on a long time, but it really kicks on in. It's here. When July 1 hits, stress level starts getting higher and higher. It's time to roll. So
yeah,
I know the kids know it too.
It's not like you ain't got some stuff going on in life. So you got to focus and get it ready, Coach. We appreciate you even coming on right now. And we will definitely get a show before Wing Fest. And we'll start weekly before the North Jackson scrimmage. And then we'll go weekly throughout the year, the rest of the year. And hopefully have some live games here on RiverCity-Media. Just trying to fire my announce team up of Howie Cheney and get him ready to go. So I'm excited, Coach. It's been the last couple of days. I just realized it's football season in my head too. So
yeah, it's here. We're getting ready.
Oh, Coach, before you get going, one quick question. Has Coach Wilson finally come off cloud nine with Tennessee winning a couple games this year?
Oh, football?
Yes.
Yes. I asked him earlier. I actually asked him just a little bit ago. He come by and I asked him Tennessee was going to be better this year than it was last year, and he thought a second. He said they had the potential to be. Same guy who argued that Hendon should have won the Heisman. So you've lost a Heisman quarterback, but you're supposed to be better. I don't know. You can't argue with a Tennessee fan.
I'm going to tell you that Coach Wilson's a fine man. We need
You don't know him. You don't know him.
He's a fine,
terrible human. I'm just messing with you. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I knew he was watching this one, so I said that.
Well, we're few and far between.
I still get texts from the man over there next to you talking about the Tennessee season from last year. So
once in a lifetime.
Listen. I've still got all 12 games recorded. If you want to come over to the house and watch them. Well,
then, me and Wilson went to the Tennessee-Alabama basketball game in Knoxville. That was interesting too. I got to sit there, and we sit down there about row 2, I think, and it was terrible for me. Anyways.
It's a nice arena, if nothing else, Coach. You got to see it.
1-1. Last time I went there, it was Anthony Grant was head coach, and we won. Or Alabama won. I want to say we. Alabama won, and then this past time, it's sadly Tennessee won. But there was a lot going on at Bama then, if you want to make an excuse.
Yeah. Hey, there was a lot going on right then.
That's right.
You know what, Coach? We always appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward for the second year of having you on every week. And I've gotten so many compliments from last year that people's kind of now we've had time to talk about it, and I have a lot of people just go, it was nice to see Coach as he went through the journey, and I was like, it was great. I enjoyed it. I could watch the Huddle film, but game day, show day when you lose is not as much fun as when you win. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
I'll try not to be mad this year, any.
No, what having a bad practice right before showtime. Well, I talk to the kids and tell them practice goods on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I'm not play some good music, practice good. Yeah, all that stuff.
Probably need to keep Coach Wilson out the music track if you want good music. For Randall Cunningham, Howie Cheney, Coach Tyler Vann, this is the Tyler Vann Sylvania Rain Football Show, and we'll see you in about 1 month. Thank you.